Elizabeth April, and I got a donation to do this video. I'm not calling anybody out anymore because some people don't like that, but I'm grateful for every donation because when I'm grateful, the universe, brings me more things to be grateful for, if that makes sense. Always be grateful for what you have and never focus on the negative. I mean, if possible, it's hard, we're human still. I will do a celebrity of your choice. If you send a donation to my Cash App is frequency1111. Fun fact, I know who this guy is. A lot of times I'll get a video, especially if they're like a newer musician or influencer or whatever. I have no idea who they are because I totally quit watching, TV and a lot of, stuff I was watching before. Before I became like a lot more awake. And it could be more difficult because you don't know, I put wrong pictures in there because I'm not sure exactly what the people look like. But I know what this dude looks like. This is not someone I watched habitually. But I used to watch, and I not as much, watch spiritual stuff because I'm spending a lot of times doing what I'm doing now. I weeded out, all the people that I just don't trust anymore, like this guy. But anyway, it's a small, because his whole body's in there, but you could see, the square blocky male skull and the long arm. Like I said, I didn't watch this guy. Some people I would watch like every video habitually, and then I found out like I didn't trust him anymore. But this guy I would put on, like if there was nothing else on or something like that. But one day on my YouTube feed, a video from this guy came out, and the thumbnail of it looked exactly like a man. It's just like, that's how it's happening for me. It's like spirit just like, slaps me right in the face with it. I could have watched, maybe not full videos, but, this guy 20, 25, 30 times and never noticed that it was a man. But of course, I'm looking closer now. He has a little bit of a long neck there, too. I've seen this guy without all that makeup on, and it's not pretty. But another fun fact, I thought this guy was really pretty when I thought he was a woman at some point. And that's the deception that I'm fighting, for us to be like, looking at the other gender, like the opposite, like our own gender, you know what I mean? He's putting on all this makeup, trying to be appealing to men. This is a little bit closer of a picture, and you could even tell more, how much of a guy he is, the guy face, the square blocky jaw, the eyes are wide apart. But I picked this photo because that left hand is, why is he flashing a sign? It's almost like like a half-ass, I want to say, Baphomet sign, like the two fingers, but I don't know. But it definitely flashing a sign, definitely saying, he's the opposition and don't trust him. And if he's the opposition, then he's, gender inverted too. And he was, from what I recall, he was saying he was a lesbian and his partner is a woman. And that's a lie because you can't be a lesbian if you're a man. And then someone was telling me that he was pregnant and going around with like a fake, pregnancy, moon pump or whatever. And that's a lie because there's no way that this guy carried a baby because he don't have no uterus. The veil's lifted, people. Comment below if you, because a lot of you people think like me, watch the same stuff maybe. Comment below if you watch this guy or watched him or like him or, don't like him anymore, or you think he's a woman, whatever, there's no wrong answers really, except for the people that come in from out of who knows where, that are, like always some woman, with broad male shoulders and a male digit ratio and a long neck and an Adam's apple, and they had 4 kids. That's what I'm talking about. Also, that looks like a high belly. It's hard to tell how far the pants are up, but it looks like a high belly button placement, and that's definitely male abs. I think it's a decent looking guy though, but like I said, I seen him without the makeup on, and he looked like, not to be disrespectful, but he looked like a troll with no makeup on. By the way, if you watch this guy, I'm not trying to sway your opinion. I'm just stating, what I've gone through. And it's not just this guy. I could have watched upward of 25, 30 different channels, and one by one, I'm just debunking, that I don't think it was a waste of time. This guy's giving out a certain amount of truth, but then there's a certain amount of, distruth in there, if that's a word. But I don't think it was a waste of time. Everything's for a reason, and there's a lesson in there, and I think what the lesson is the lesson of discernment, and I think that's something that I've really ramped up on in 2026. But anyway, this is a little bit closer picture, and it's a little bit blurry, but you could really see more just the square blocky male skull and the long neck and the broad male shoulders that go straight across. I don't think we're going to get like a clavicle or like a gate on this guy, but I think I found enough to make me happy. It's more about, with this channel, the gender, more than anything. But of course, I'm going to say what just pops into my head. I can't help it. I picked this photo because I don't know what's going on in there, but I'm picking up some kind of like demon energy in the eyes or something. Something's just off about it. Could be totally wrong. Just something looks weird about this photo. Like he's being possessed at the moment. Like the demon inside him, is showing itself. Very long arms. Photo from Awaken magazine. I've awakened. I don't need the magazine to see what you're doing. I chose this photo. I see all the same things in this photo, but what I see in this photo that I didn't see before, and in several of the photos coming up, is if you look in there, you could see the Adam's apple. That's something that it just pops out at me now. It's like, it's in my vision all the time. And the saying, I hate to be like repetitive, but the saying is, if he has an apple, he has a banana. And if he has this is like not part of the saying, but so if he has an apple, he has a banana. And if he has a banana, he doesn't have a uterus. And if he doesn't have a uterus, he's not, he's not going to carry a baby and deliver a baby. Period. A little bit of a side angle. Like I said, this ain't like a celebrity that paparazzi's taking a million pictures. So, I'm not going to get a million angles, but this is about the best side angle I can get. And I'm seeing, the forehead better, sloping male forehead, and the brow ridge just like popping out like big time. And it's just like a different angle of him like looking manly. Can see a little bit of the Adam's apple again. All the same things, but here I see, the shoulders coming straight across. You're probably not going to see like a clavicle, like this guy's going to be in like a low-cut outfit or like a bikini or something. That's not his style. But you can see the shoulders are straight across. They're male shoulders. It's like a male upper body. Now that's what Willy Wonka would call an everlasting gobstopper in the throat chakra. And in my opinion, if you're trying to scam people out of a lot of money, why would you lift your neck like that and just like put your apple out there for the world to see? But there's people that would never see that in a million years anyway, or they would come out and say they had an Adam's apple and they have children. So it's like whatever. It's like the fourth Adam's apple picture. It's like this guy's not trying to hide it. My opinion, like sitting like a man with the legs spread out like that. That could be some kind of, spiritual, seating, but whatever. The arms are hanging straight down. There's not a bend in the elbow. Because if that was a woman, the arms wouldn't straighten out like that. That's a male gender marker. Long neck. Adam's apple, square blocky skull, all the things. Kind of looks like, another symbolism picture with that left hand pointing at the head or whatever. He's kind of sitting like a man, got the male abs. I mean, maybe even not sitting like a man, but just like giving off like that male vibe to me in this photo. Like, like he can't hide the fact that he's a man. Another Adam's apple. He's not trying to hide it at all. Very square, blocky jaw. Just really, really just looks like a guy to me in this photo. I was just thinking too, I have nothing to, somebody had me do this video. I would have never thought of doing a video about this guy. I have no reason, I gain nothing by debunking this guy. It's just, I'm just saying, what's coming to me, how I feel and the experience I've had, because I used to watch this guy. So this is not like a diss video, someone had me do this video and I'm just doing it how I do every video. So this is kind of puzzling because he's claiming that's his wife, and I'm pretty sure he claimed that they're lesbians, so they're both supposed to be women. But I swear that that's a guy with a huge giant head, and look at the size of that guy's mouth. And on Elizabeth, you could see like those striations in the chest. I mean, where's the boobs at? That's like a man's chest. Anyway, what I'm getting at is, he said they were lesbians, but they kind of are, because they're kind of like, I know it's more like being gay, like two men, right? So it's like, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But two wrongs don't make a right, and two men don't make a baby either. That's like a full body photo, and I know April's not that huge of a dude, but this dude looks so huge next to him. This video's gotten to be 12 minutes. Usually I don't go over 10, because with my phone and TikTok it starts getting glitchy. Yeah, that the husband or the wife, whatever, is a man. Look at that huge man forehead, that huge dental arch, huge manly ear. There it is. I believe the dog's theirs, but I don't believe that pregnancy's theirs. It's a fake moon bump. I don't know if I feel sorry for that dog. I mean, hopefully they treat it good, but I don't know if I feel sorry for that dog having to live with them. Look at that guy, looks like really manly. Like the husband guy looks really manly in this photo. A little bit blurry of a photo, but you could see the chest stripe. I mean, where's the boobs? But you could see the chest striations in the chest that you would only really see on someone like that's fit and has like a male six pack. A normal guy, you wouldn't see that, like the muscle striations, from being a low body fat percentage.
All right, let's talk about
I just threw this. You could see the Adam's apple in a video, if that's like more convincing to you. If you look in, you could see his Adam's apple moving around when he's talking. I just threw this in because this is like maybe what I was talking about when I seen him with no makeup. And of course, any woman or any guy looks, better with the right makeup, but it's just another, manly looking, but it's a video of him.